Hey everybody, in today's video I want to see if I can deal with this and the bad fitment issue in the cab. I want to continue on the suspension, prep the engine for primer, and I want to continue beveling the back rims and the tires, clean them up, hopefully start working on the rear suspension and get those cut up and started. So if you want to see that and more, make sure you stay tuned. Hello BSC family, and welcome back to my bench. So in today's video I want to address this and how shitty Revell did the cab. You know, it looks like hell when you put this inside the cab, which for one is a real pain in the butt and is actually too wide at the very corners here to be able to push it all the way up the way it's supposed to be so that the frame fits properly. Well, we're going to deal with that. But when this is in the cab and then you go to put your frame on, this is what you're going to get. Okay? You have this big cavity in here, and well, frankly, it looks like shit. So Revell, the whole truck is awesome. The interior tub needs some work. Separate it from the door panels for one. If you're going to totally redesign it so that the back is flat, the bottom, and narrow up the corners here a bit. The front is fine, narrow up the corners. And it'd be nice if this was, the seat was a separate piece. Highly doubt they'll ever see that, but, you know, other than that, the rest of the truck, beautiful. So yeah, I want to deal with that. This here, I've cleaned this up a bit. I still got to do some fine sanding where I filed the mold lines, which is normal. I'm going to start on making another shackle, you know, so that I can get both front springs in. And we'll get this one cut off, you know, because obviously I need these little pieces here and here. Get the spring cut off from the axle. And I want to try and mark a center line so that I can make sure that they're back in the same spot. But at the same time, if I don't, I can kind of fit this on here. And I can line up my axle centered on the wheel wells. So that's not a big deal. Now, something else I'm going to work on is I want to finish beveling the back of these rims, right? Just because that's where I cut it off. And I want to finish cleaning up the tires and possibly get the rest of the tires painted so that they're done. The rims I'm not going to do until I have the axles on and I can set my center faces. I want to mount all of these onto a tape or however and start getting these in primer so I can do final sanding on them, clean up anything I find that I can't see with my naked eye. And I want to get the rest of these made. I've cut these down so that they can fit inside the back. Kind of like so. And then once they're glued to the face of the rim, what I'll do is I'll put them onto the axle, right? And then once the body's on, because the center face, this will all get glued together like so. They won't roll, but that's okay. Once these are glued together, mounted on the axle, then when it comes time, I can take the rim and I can slide the rim on to whatever depth I need, and I can drip a couple drops of super glue in there. Once it's completely cured, I can take everything off, and then I can paint the rims and everything all done. So that's where I'm at, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So I've got everything pretty much, filed down in case I use the bead locks. I'm not sure if I am. I'm pretty much leaning towards not. Everything else, all the support uh, spots are filed and sanded on everything. The bottoms are all sanded so everything sits nice and flat. Things like that. So I'm going to get to work on this, and when I come back, I'll probably have tires either ready to be painted or painted, and all the engine block and parts, components uh, ready for primer. I still have to print another tube and another blow-off valve right here. And I got to print the 2 exhaust pipes that go out, and I need the center crossover pipe. So I'm going to get those set up as well, and we're going to go from there. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, guys. Well, I've kind of changed traction, direction a little bit. I know I said I was going to work on this. I still will. Just I wanted to get something else done first, and then, this is kind of minor, and probably easy enough to fix. And I did get 1 tire painted, and the other 4 tires painted. And from there, well, let me show you. I was working on the suspension. Now, if you follow me on Instagram or my Facebook group, you've already seen bits and pieces of what's going on and where I'm at. So make sure you give me a follow there. And while you're down there clicking on that, maybe hit that subscribe button and the bell button so you don't miss out on anything. So here is what I've got. We have a roller. Now, rims and stuff aren't glued in, but I've got them fairly close to what I need. And that is what I'm looking at. Got full front and rear suspension in, and it's operational, as you can see. Not bad, huh? Even the front's the same way. All right, so that is where this is at. Now, that took quite a bit of time. There's the front for you. Trying to get my fingers out of the way without dropping nothing. Now, the tires are just sitting there, not glued in yet. Neither are the faces, but I know where the faces have to be, so I can actually paint the rims and get things glued together. But that's where I'm at. I just got the body taped on, so now I'm going to get to work on the inner tub, like I said I was going to do. Get this squared up and stuff so it looks a little better from underneath. All right, and I'm going to get to work on the engine and stuff. There's a whole container full of parts. I printed out the crossover pipe and the other down pipe, things like that. Another blow-off valve and stuff like that. Everything I need now is in here, so I can get all this stuff mounted and get it painted, or at least primed anyways, and then depending on how the priming works, I can get things painted as well. Start getting that put together. The body, I'm going to do a little more cleanup on it, get some primer on that where I need it, and that'll be good to go. Get the front ends completely built. The box I had to put together, of course, because I needed it for centering up my wheels and everything. So yeah, that'll be probably all in the next video. Let me know what you think of this. Do you think I went too high? What do you think of the suspension, the wheels? The wheels are from Miguel at hobbyworks.com. So if you're looking for these types of wheels or any other wheels or engine parts, right, like any of this stuff, the big blocks, turbo kits, you name it, Yeah, I'll leave a link down in the description for you. Go check that out. And if you use the link down below, make sure to use the promo code BSCFamily to get 10% off your purchase. So now with all of that being said, no matter what you do, no matter how crazy you get, just do it your way, right? These turn out to be yours, not somebody else's. So do it your way. Until next time, later.